D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. We are simulcasting with Facebook and YouTube. That is why I made the distinction. If you are on YouTube, make sure you select that notification button and make sure you select all notifications. Otherwise, you may not get any. Some of you, at least half of you, at least about 3 weeks ago, I was informed by my YouTube manager that y'all don't have y'all notifications turned on your apps. So you either have not downloaded the YouTube app or you just don't have your notifications turned on. But in order to get notifications on YouTube on your phone, you have to download the app. You can't just get it through the website. You have to download the app. So download the app, go to my channel, so hit the bell, select all notifications. That way you'll be in the loop at all times, because I'm subject to just hit you with one, out of the blue. It might be 12 midnight. It might be 12 noon. You know what I'm saying? High noon. Anyway, fam, let me give some shout outs right quick. Some good mornings to you. Impeccable T, what up? Let's see. Sweet beloved, happy Monday morning. The real Ovi, what's up, Ovi? Taylor Nubia, hey. Ray, good morning. Good morning, family. Jay Loyal, that's what I'm talking about, Loyal. Smokehouse Syndicate. Yeah, Omega, what's up? Omega woke up and chose violence. Yeah. What's up, Wayne Jr.? Wayne Johnson. See, I messed your name up like you messed my name up. Who is Willie with a Y? Who is that? Let me tell y'all something right now. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. In 99% of the cases, if it's a black man, it's Willie. If he's white, it's spelled with a Y. There you go. A little something for the GED section, like D.L. Hughley say. Yeah. Q, what up? 14 Live. Zephyrin Daniels, Baltimore in the building. Who is that? Drea. Charlotte. What's up, Charlotte? Des Moines, Iowa. What's up, Rose? Van Terrence Watkins. Van Terrence. All right. I like that name. Yeah, put a little something on that Terrence, man. I ain't just no Terrence. I'm Van Terrence. Dina Brooks, Waco. What up? Is that Magano? Good morning. William Roper. Robert Barker. What's up, Chi-Town? William, I see you coming in from Cincinnati. Mall's Word and Law. Okay, here we go, fam. Here we go. Put a picture of my subject. Boom. Uh, hold on, fam. That fam is Ariela Langasta. Ariela Langasta. Langasta. Never heard that name before, but very unusual. Ariela Langasta. She is a former associate of 6ix9ine. Some people were saying that that was his girlfriend. She is not his girlfriend. They were saying they had a little fling or something, you know. They had something going on or whatever. But I had, you know, I found no reports out there to substantiate that that was actually his girlfriend. A lot of false reports out there, including reports just saying that he offered his condolences on social media. I haven't seen anything where he's offered condolences unless he's put it out there and he deleted it. But the story goes that this woman, Ariela, was found dead inside of a vehicle. The authorities said that they are actively working the case. Her loved ones continue to remember her as a beautiful soul taken too soon. So there's very little information that's available right now on the case, but they did find her. They did find her body inside of a car. They said that they found the car. That the car was on the side of the road, and you know the police was sent to go check it out. They found the deceased body of a woman in the driver's seat of the vehicle on the Cross County Parkway, just before exit 7 in Mount Vernon. This is New York, fam. And they found that body around 8 a.m. on yesterday. Officials believe she was deliberately targeted and died from a gunshot wound to the head. At this time, details are limited, but authorities are actively working the case. You know how I do it, fam. You know I'm going to continue to keep y'all updated as more information becomes available. You know, y'all, you know, continue to lift up her family and friends in your prayers, fam. I don't know what happened, but they say that she was not the target. They said that her boyfriend was the target. Her boyfriend was the target. She was not the target. I want to explain something to y'all, fam, about the company you keep. This is this warning is as old as time. You resemble who you assemble. You resemble who you assemble. Whoever you hang around with, eventually you're going to start doing what they're doing. Even dressing alike. Y'all going to wear the, y'all going to be shopping at the same places. Y'all going to hang out at the same places. Y'all going to start doing the same things, even if you think what they're doing is beneath you. Let's say you hanging out at the drug spot. You know, you hanging out with a drug dealer, your partner, a drug dealer. Y'all hanging out. You 9 to 5. You already know the dangers of that drug game. You know the dangers of that life. You ain't doing it. You hands off. But what happens when you run into a rough patch and you done exhausted all your resources? You ain't got nobody to call. Ain't nobody left to call because you can check all your traps. Ain't no money. You can digged in the couch for change and everything. Ain't no money. But you know your boy make 5,000-6,000 a day. 20,000-30,000 a day. All you got to do is, and you got the rent money and then some. What you gonna do? You gonna do what I did when I ran into that rough patch. When I, walked off the job and couldn't find another job to supplement that income. They say desperate situations calls for desperate measures. So if you put yourself in close proximity of wrong, you're going to do wrong. It's as simple as that. Ain't nothing to talk about. If you put yourself in close proximity of wrong, when them killers come, they not going to say, hey, can you scoot over so I can shoot your husband? Can you scoot over so I can shoot your boyfriend? Can you scoot over so I can shoot your friend? Hey, man, duck, because we finna open fire on this car you inside of. I know you ain't had nothing to do with it, but hey, you shouldn't have been with them. A lot of killers got that mentality like, if you with them, you deserve to get hit too. It don't matter who you are. They got that mentality. If you're with them, they think you deserve to get hit too. Just like when somebody in the studio making music and they make a diss record. If you the type of dude that want to air it out, you coming for the engineer, the executive producer, the friends who sat up in there and co-signed and was bobbing their head and laughing and giggling. Yeah, you want everybody. That's the killer mentality. When them killers come, they're not asking no questions. They're not going to pull up and be ready to open fire and they're going to, oh, no, he got his girl in the car. No, man, we ain't doing that. It ain't going to, all that old Scarface stuff that y'all saw in the movie where dude pulled up and they was getting ready to kill the dignitary and Scarface was like, no. And he shot the dude instead. That ain't happening. When them killers come, they ain't asking no questions. They're going to take care of their business. You can plead till you bleed, but they ain't going to leave no witnesses. 6 motherfuckers going to carry you slow because you pay for what you don't know. Slippers go. Yeah. So while she may have been innocent in terms of not instigating something that would harm her, bring harm to her, she put herself in close proximity of danger. She put herself in close proximity of wrong and in the direct line of fire. When you're kicking it and hanging out with people who got enemies, who got that on their mind, when you're in the streets, that's the chance you take. I can't even count the number of people that I know personally who was in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong person. Sitting in the car, just talking to your homeboy. You know your buddy got enemies, but you don't know your buddies got enemies. Like, these are killers. And they coming for him. The first chance they get, they gonna get him. You're oblivious. You just catching up with a homeboy. Y'all sitting in the car talking. Y'all talking about something, uh, something that ain't got nothing to do. Y'all just kicking it. Here come them killers. They just start opening fire. They start dumping. And whoever in the car seen it. Let me back up. Didn't see it happen, but I know it happened because it happened to a friend. My ex had a friend in Chicago. This is 30 years ago, 35 years ago now. Her friend is driving her boyfriend's car. I don't know if Ariela was driving her boyfriend's car. I mean, I don't know if that was her boyfriend's car she was in, but they said it was the boyfriend was the intended target. So this is apples to apples. My ex had a friend that lived in Chicago who was dating a drug dealer. Her friend gets in the car, drives to the supermarket, just a regular day. The killers see the car. They know his car. They know the license plate. They get behind him. She pull up. They start dumping. This a girl that's wasn't even a street chick. She college educated and everything. Come from a good family, everything. But she wanted to be in close proximity of Rome. And who knows? Maybe she tried to flip him. Maybe she saw something good in dude and she tried to flip him. Or maybe she was excited to be around somebody who was from the streets and who was unpredictable, who could bring some excitement in her life. Well, the killers came and they dumped on the car. And just like that, she was dead. I think she was like 25, 26, dead. This girl, they say, was 29 or 30. Dead. You got to be mindful of being in close proximity to Rome. There's a lot of people out here right now who are on this internet who are very reckless. And they're getting money. And it's people out here riding with them, they're along for the ride. Now, make no mistake, these people that are hanging out with them and getting paid, they're only there to get paid. They know the darkness is going to come one day. And what they're hoping to do is make sure that they can just step on out the way, because they ain't finna take no bullets for nobody. They're not about to take no bullets. They're not about to get into the line of fire. Police officers don't even take bullets. I'm talking about consciously take bullets. They do not go get between nothing. They hide and ducking and they wait till they got reinforcements where they can go in where they feel like they got the ups. They ain't intentionally taking no bullets for nobody. They trying to get home. So you got these dudes out here that are reckless, and most of them, they cowards. They got to lay low. They can't get outside. They can't go outside. They definitely can't. If they go outside, they got to dip in, dip out real quick because they got so many enemies. Somebody gonna bust their head. And they know it. So they dip in, dip out real quick. They low key. They don't put their names on flyers. They don't announce where they gonna be because they know they're gonna get their head bust to the white meat. Now you got people out there who are riding with these dudes, but they only riding with them so they can get some money. So when it's sweet and they got the ups, yeah, they gonna get active. But if they ain't got the ups and them killers come, they gonna let them die. They gonna die. So they got a false sense of security right now. But when the right one come, who know what he doing and who's determined, they gonna die. This is what I mean by being in close proximity of wrong. You know that dude wrong. You know he wrong. You know he reckless. But you riding with him anyway just because you can get some money. You gonna mess around and get your head knocked off. They might be coming for him, but you might catch the stray. They might be coming for her, and you might catch the stray, because some of these women out here are reckless too. If you're just not joining, fam, we're talking about the death of 6ix9ine associate. Keep losing my point of reference here. Name is Ariela. That last name is giving me the blues. Let's go back to it. Langasta. Ariela Langasta is her name. Ariela Langasta. Ariela was found dead. She was found dead on the road in New York. Westchester County police confirmed that a driver, confirmed that a woman was found dead in the driver's seat of a vehicle on the Cross County Parkway just before exit 7 in Mount Vernon around 8 a.m. yesterday. Officials believe she was gunshot wound to the head, which she did, and she was. The word on the street is her boyfriend was the intended target. Now, I want y'all ladies out there to think about something. Okay, he cute, he fine, he got good hair, whatever y'all like, you know. Oh, he piping you right, he doing all this. Is it worth your life? But you know he in the streets. You know he active. Is it worth it? You know he got real enemies. Is it worth your life? That's what you need to ask yourself. And if it's worth your life, hey, man, knock yourself out. If you think you can't do no better, knock yourself out. It ain't a woman made a woman who could make me risk my life just to be with her. I love the, you know, being around women and being around my woman, but I ain't finna die for her. If she involved in something reckless, I ain't finna die for her. Nah. That's what youngsters behave like that. Juveniles. That's juvenile behavior. Yeah. That's juvenile behavior. I'm not doing all of that. This situation where, you know, you know, it's something honorable now. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't messing with nobody, somebody messing with her. It's something honorable. Oh, I get down for mine. But I ain't finna just be out here. Oh, she didn't went out here and got herself involved in something, messing with these killers and do it. And she shouldn't have done it. I live by minding my own business. Like I live by minding my own business and and taking care of business. So whatever she saw in that dude, she had the warnings. Women know when they're dating gangsters. Women know when they're dating killers and fraudsters. They know. So she knew. She knew the risk. And she took it anyway. That's not to minimize her death or dismiss the accountability of the killers. But for every action, there's a reaction. And it's important that even when people do us wrong, that we find a life lesson in it so that we don't make the same mistakes. It's important that when we have a setback, that we learn from it so we can set up a comeback. That's important. It's important when people do us wrong that we take accountability for any mistake that we may have made along the way, or we at least take we at least take accountability for giving them a chance to do us wrong. See, that's how you correct your behavior. That's how you get better. Like, no matter what going on in my life, at the end of the day, I always hold myself accountable. It's at the end of the day, it's still on me. Yeah, this fool owed me $100. He been owing me $100 for 100 years. And I'm mad. I want my $100. I want it. I'm mad at him, but I also take accountability for giving it to him in the first place and not properly vetting that fool. This way, I know to be cautious the next time before I loan somebody else some money. Now I can have a little bit more discernment because I've been burned once. Now, what am I going to do? I'm just going to keep on, just here you go here and be mad at everybody? Or am I going to change the way that I look at loaning money? The way I go about loaning money? One thing I did about when it comes to money, one thing that I did is, well, first and foremost, I had to learn to say no. You got to get used to saying no, because a lot of times when you have money, when you got a lot of money, and most of the people that you around or been around or grew up with ain't got nothing or little money, you kind of have what they call it. I think they call it success remorse. You know, where you feel like you have to try to save everybody. So you have to get over that and give yourself permission to say no, because what's going to happen when you go through a rough patch? All them people you gave money to, you ain't gonna be able to go back and get no money from none of them people. Now, because you've loaned money out, and now you are in a bind. Now you become the beggar. I'm not given to a beggar to become a beggar. That's something I had to learn. I had to learn that about giving money. Another thing that I had to learn about loaning money is we can call it a loan, but I know if I loan it, I don't loan it unless I'm cool if I don't ever get it back. I just know that that's how much it cost me to get rid of you. Whatever that number was, you don't pay me back, that's how much it costs to get rid of you. I don't even trip on it like that no more. Well, I used to, in the very beginning, boy, I used to really be tripping on the money hard. Like, man, Because I look at it, I used to take it personal. It wasn't even just about the money. It was personal. Like, you trying to take something from me. You must think I'm a sucker. You know what I'm saying? You must think it's sweet around here or something. It was more about like somebody trying to get over on me. That's what I ain't like. It was more than just the money. It was the idea that you're trying to get over on me and you owe me, you won't pay me, and you ain't saying nothing about it. You walking around here like you don't owe me money. You ain't even giving me no update or nothing. Yeah, it was that piece right there. And don't let me have loaned this fool some money and I'm looking up and he buying stuff. This fool got more presents under the Christmas tree than I got under the Christmas tree. And he owed me money. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I just had to learn. I had to reprogram my mind on how to go about, money and dealing with money, and how it relates to, loan. Am I loaning this? Is this a gift? That's the way I look at it. Because here's something that most people never think about when it comes to money, right? And I know I'm changing the subject here, but this is something valuable. This is some valuable information. One of the things that people don't really consider when it comes to money is if somebody coming to you and asking you to borrow some money, they're probably not good for the money. They're probably not good for paying you back. Even if they pay you back, they may not pay you back when they say they're going to pay you back. They're probably not going to pay you back when they say they're going to pay you back. In most cases, they won't. And many of them won't pay you back at all. What most people don't consider is if they were good for the money, they could go to the bank and get it. The bank is in the business of loaning. The bank wants to loan money. If the bank say, hell, man, we ain't loaning this mother no money. Did you see that credit score? Oh, hell no. We ain't loaning no money. This fool got X amount of debt. He got all kind of judgments again. Man, we looked up that credit score. Like, nah, man, we ain't giving that fool no money. He ain't good for it. That's how the bank look at it. The bank want to loan money. They want to loan somebody some money. The bank is in the business of loaning money. I'm not a loan shark. I'm not in the business of loaning money. I'm in the business of getting money. I'm not in the business of loaning money. The bank is. And if the bank won't loan somebody some money, they're probably not good for it. That's why the bank won't loan it to them. That's why they didn't go to the bank, because they know the bank gonna say no. Most people who got a little pride, they won't even ask for loans. People with pride, they try their damnness to not go to anybody to ask for anything. So, if they ask, they must really, really need it. But even somebody who really, really need it and ain't used to asking, they could go through a rough patch and you don't know how long that rough patch is going to last. That rough patch could be a week, a month, could be several months, or it could be several years. And they could get so far behind where they got so many people they loan money from, they just said, look, I ain't paying nobody. I ain't paying nobody back. But getting back to that close proximity of wrong, fam, you gotta do your best to avoid that. Being in close proximity to wrong. You got to try to avoid that, because being in close proximity to wrong can get you in a lot of bad places. Ariela Langasta, the woman who was found dead, they say she was actually 29 years old. I saw some reports that were saying she was 30, but the news report says 29. I saw somebody earlier in the comments saying they didn't know if they wanted to believe this. They didn't really know about this story because none of the major outlets were carrying it. Let me explain something to your family. This is a major news outlet, all right? I'm tired of y'all trying to play me like I'm weak. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, this Willie D Live is a major source of news and information. Talking about you ain't see no major news outlets carrying it. This is a major news outlet. I'm gonna put you up on game around here, man. I'm gonna give it to you with love. I'm not gonna give it to you with ulterior motives. I ain't got no dude over here in my ear saying, "No, don't tell him that." Because if you tell him that, they're going to be progressive. That's going to help them. We don't want to help them. We just want to put them to sleep. We want to make them think we're helping them. Yeah. This is a major news outlet. Major. I don't need no big old team and staff and pretty graphics, and I don't need none of that. This is about information. At the end of the day, what is the information? And is the information credible? The people that come to this channel trust me more than they trust CNN. They trust me more than they trust Fox, MSNBC, CBS, NBC, all of them. Because I got 36 years in the game for riding for the people. That's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah. So yeah, this is a major news outlet, major news source. News and information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. That's what I do. And they ain't got one news reporter at CNN, Fox, or otherwise that's more credible than me. They ain't got one. I don't give a damn how much money they making. I don't give a damn how smooth their suit is that they wear. I don't care about all that makeup they be putting on, assistants and security, none of that. Ain't none of them more credible than me. None of them. Put them all together, they're not more credible. Because let me explain something to you about mainstream media, fam. Mainstream media has always been in cahoots to make black folks look bad. They've always been in cahoots with the government to make black folks look bad. The media has been one of the slickest devils throughout history. They've always been in cahoots to help destroy our image. Well, damn, Willie D, why would the media care? Why would CNN and Fox and ABC, CBS, why would them people try to purposely damage black folks' career? I mean, black folks' image. You know why? Because if they can distort our image, if they can make us look bad, they can justify their mistreatment of us. You better believe they benefit from the mistreatment of black folks. Mainstream media benefits from the mistreatment of black folks. Mainstream media is in cahoots with the government and has always been in cahoots. Think about it, fam. The government runs the show. The politicians run the show. If anybody in this country get out of pocket and expose them, really expose them, try to make them look bad and all of that stuff, they can come down with all types of stuff against them. You know, they can hit them with taxes. They can harass. They can do them really, really dirty. So if you think about it, it makes sense for them to be in cahoots. The only time, every now and then, the media, mainstream media, will oust, they will go after an individual who works for the outlet, who works for the department. If you notice, mainstream media has never been critical of police departments. Mainstream media has never been critical of the KKK. They don't even talk about the KKK. They don't even talk about neo-Nazis. You think the KKK ain't still riding? Mainstream media don't even cover it. If that was the Black Panthers doing what the KKK doing, neo-Nazis and going up and down, man, they'd be talking about that. That'll be on a 24/7 news cycle until they scare people so much that they send the troops in to wipe them out. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. That's right. Who said that? Yeah, Taylor. That's right. Mainstream, the media, man, TV. That's why they call it programming. They program your mind, man, have you thinking this is something, it's really over here. It's going on over here. That's why they call it television. Television. Tell a lie. Tell a lie while you watching. Yeah. As you vision, they telling a lie. Telling a lie to your vision. I don't trust none of them. None of them. They're all the same, just different names. They're all the same with different names. That's it. They're all the same, different names. Switching over from one news channel to another news channel is like switching your internet service. They're all the same. They're all on the same grid. I'll give you even better. I'll give you an even better analogy. Switching one media from one mainstream media outlet to another is like switching your electric company. They're all the same. They all work on the same grid. All of them lock in on the same grid. Miss Jazzy, what's up? Miss Jazzy is in the building. China Carter is in the building. What's up? It's two soldiers right there, back to back. Elaine Jackson, what it do? I really do feel sorry for young women out there who think that they don't have a choice when it comes to dating. You know, I get it. You know, it's very limited. The selections are very limited, but you got to understand it's limited for men too. It goes both ways. because a lot of y'all young women out there be tripping too. Y'all, man, y'all something else, man. Y'all. What tripped me out is a lot of young women, they hate their mothers and their grandmothers. It's like they love them, but they secretly kind of hate them because they grew up resenting the fact that those women stayed with their man. They stayed with their husbands. If their husbands was cheating or their husbands were verbally abusive or whatever, and they stayed, they feel like, you know, they shouldn't have stayed. They should have went out and saw the world or whatever. So they trying to get out and go see the world. And I think a lot of them are throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because when you get through seeing the world, reality gonna still be waiting. And, you know, and I ain't gonna even go there. Y'all know what I'm talking about, fam. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But this, I feel sorry for the young women who think that they got to date a dude that's in the street, a dude that's you know, out there taking those penitentiary chances and taking those mortuary chances. I feel sorry for them type of girls, because I actually had one tell me, this is many years ago, a girl that's close to me tell me that she told me she don't like dudes who open doors for her. She think that's corny. I said, if you think a dude opening a door for you is corny, you're going to get dogged. She was about 17 at the time. Sure enough, she got dogged. Because, like, being chivalrous, just being a man, a gentleman to the woman that you're with, your woman, that's like one of the most basic things, one of the most basic attributes that a man should have. That's like basic, that's rudimentary. So if it's the type of dude that don't even think enough of you to, you know, to express chivalry, oh, he gonna run you in the ground. You better believe that. Yeah, she told me she think dudes that open doors is corny. I'm talking about beautiful girl. Beautiful. I say, oh, you gonna get dogged. You gonna get dogged. If you don't know your worth, how would he know it? If the people who sell Mercedes-Benz, let's say the G-Wagon, if they don't know that they can get $200,000 for that vehicle, how would they ever get it if they didn't put the tag on there and told people, if you want it, this is what you're going to have to pay for it? Like it or not, love it or leave it. We like you to love it, but if you don't, that's cool too. But this is what it is. You got to know your worth. So if a young woman don't know her worth, how does she expect a young man to know her worth? Or an old man? Some women like to date older guys, you know. But anyway, how would she expect them to know? Gotta know your worth. Gotta know your worth. So she learned. It took her a while, but she finally got it. You know, after she got dogged a few times, she finally started like trying to put her foot down. But because she was so conditioned to not respect that, you know, it just became a way of life. My daughter's 30 years old, and if there came a time where her boyfriend, if I didn't see him being chivalrous, if I didn't see him doing things like opening doors for her, uh, if I didn't see him, uh, leading, leading, going to check out things, something happened, checking it out. If I, man, if I caught my daughter's uh, on a ladder outside the house trying to clean some gutters, man, I'm tearing that shit, man. Hey, what the hell? Oh, she going straight to a psych ward. And Buddy gonna get dealt with. I'm breaking that up. I'm breaking it up. And I don't even get in people business like that. But man, that's my business. I raised her. That's my business. Yeah, I didn't just have her. I didn't just plant the seed, baby. I watched it grow. Yeah, I nurtured the seed. I watched it grow. A few more shout outs, fam. I'll shut it down. BB, what up? Glam Baker, YB, what up? Ghostface, what's up? Ghostface, yeah, man, yeah. Pump gas or touch trash. That's right. Ghostface said, I don't even let mine pump gas or touch trash. That's right. Don't let them pump gas. They don't touch the trash, and they don't go to car washes. That's right. Don't do no car wash. They don't deal with nothing that's got to do with mechanics. None of that. Don't deal with none of that. Ain't gonna be no trying to hustle my daughter. Yeah, talk to me. You talk to me. I'm gonna tell y'all something funny before I go, fam. So I recently bought my daughter a car. So I fly into where she lived to buy and buy her a car, right? Now she's 30, but this is my daughter's first car. She got the money to buy her own car. She can buy her car over and over and over and over and over again. She can buy a lot of cars, right? She got the money. But, I'm old school, like this is my daughter's first car. So in my mind, I got to buy the car because her mama called me and her mama was like, hey, yeah, so I'm going to such and such, this is where we heading. And this is what we're doing. She moved into a new apartment and stuff. And she was like, yeah, we're gonna go searching for cars on this day. And I said, hold on. What you mean? We going to search for cars? Well, yeah, well, she's gonna need a new car and da da da. I said, hold on. Y'all ain't going searching for nothing. I got that. That's my job. I'm buying her the car. So she was like, oh, excuse me. So see, my daughter has always lived in New York. And when we lived overseas, we had a driver the whole time. She had a driver the whole time when she was living with us. So when she left overseas, she moved to New York. And so she's been in New York since she was 18. So she just moved from New York. So now she needs a car where she live at now. She needs a car. So this is her first car. So I go through, before we go into the dealership, you know, I get all the numbers right and everything. And so I already know what we're looking at. We get there, do all the paperwork, get all the regular stuff done, name, address, you know, this, that, and the third, or whatever. So we started talking to the dude about the add-ons and this, whatever. So I was like, I told dude, I was like, well, first my daughter was in there sitting down with the dude, and then I came in like a minute later because I was on the phone, but she walked in and sat down first. Then I walked in and pulled up a seat. When I walked in, dude was like, I could see the expression on his face change like that, because he knew, oh baby, I'm here for business. And I was shutting it down left and right. Like, we don't need that. But the way that these finance people are at these car dealerships, the way that they're trained to make you fear, they sell fear. They make you think you need something, like something's gonna happen, this gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and so you in your mind you think, oh yeah, that could happen. I better cover this. Oh, that could happen. I better cover this. Oh, that could happen. I better cover this. They get you. You know, it's really kind of intimidating if you don't know, because they're very good at what they do. And if you're dealing with a young buyer, if you're dealing with a first-time buyer, they can end up buying all kinds of stuff that they do not need when they buying a new car. Man, let me tell you something. When you're buying a new car, I'm gonna give everybody some game real quick. When you're buying a new car, the main thing you need is that warranty. That warranty is going to cover everything you need. And I'm saying a new car. Now, if you buy a used car, I would advise you to buy something certified, especially if you're buying something high end, because when it goes bad, these car parts are made to break down in 4 to 5 years anyway. That's why you ever notice that as soon as you get through paying for it, it breaks down, or as soon as you hit that mileage, it breaks down. They're made to wear down, so you can go in and pay them more money for maintenance. So if you buy something used, make sure you get a certified vehicle. You can only get a certified vehicle from the dealership that makes the car, right? You can only get it from the dealership that makes that particular brand, that particular model, and that make and model. You can only get it from there. So once you got those two, one or the other in place, you're good to go. Now, if you're dealing with a young driver or a first-time driver, you want to make sure you get you some gap insurance, because, and that's something that you don't do with the dealership. Go to an insurance company like AAA. They got the best. Ain't nobody touching AAA, right? They got the best deals and they pay. So go somewhere like AAA and get you some gap insurance. But remember, if you want gap insurance, you got to get the gap insurance within the first 30 days of buying the vehicle. You can't go back and get it 1 year later, 6 months later, 2 months later. So go get you some gap insurance. The reason why you want gap insurance is that if you're dealing with a first-time buyer or, you know, a youngster, chances are, you know, they're probably going to get in some type of accident. And if you do, you want to at least make sure that you can replace that car from bumper to bumper. You dig what I'm saying? That's it, y'all. That's my time. I appreciate y'all. let's see, do this right quick. Yeah, R.I.P. Ariela Langasta, R.I.P. Until next time, fam, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.